Assalamualaikum and good morning tourists. I am Nur Jamila binti Tasman from Sky Holiday Travel and Tours, your tour guide for today. My license number is 200119. I hope everyone is feeling well. On behalf of Sky Holiday Travel and Tours, I would like to say welcome to Johor Bahru. Johor Bahru is the capital of the state of Johor, Malaysia. It is located along the Straits of Johor at the southern end of Peninsular Malaysia. It is one of the largest cities in the country with a population of more than 2.7 million. Johor Bahru still maintains a stunning range of historical and cultural sites from the British time of the colonial period. So today we are going to explore and identify the landmarks of Johor Bahru. Before that, let me introduce our coach captain, Coach Nick. He has been an experienced driver for 8 years and he will make sure that we will have a safe and happy trip. However, I would like to give some reminders and safety precautions before we start our trip. Firstly, please remain seated until we reach our destination. Secondly, please remember our bus number, which is number 3. Thirdly, smoking is not allowed on the bus. Lastly, please keep your belongings close to you to avoid any loss of items. I hope everyone pay attention to my briefing just now. If there is anything you would like to ask, please don't hesitate to ask me or Coach Nick. Alright, let's start our trip today. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are visiting Laman Mahkota Istana Bukit Serene. The Istana Bukit Serene is the official residence for the Sultan of Johor and remains as one of the famous landmarks in Johor. It is the official residence of the Sultan of Johor, built in 1939, facing the streets of Johor. The palace is located on a hill, thus its name, and sits on a beautiful landscape of 121.4 hectares. Istana Bukit Serene has a tower measuring 35 meters in height, which provides a bird's eye view of Singapore, a former possession of the Sultanate. The Istana Bukit Serene is not open to public. It keeps its gates closed for safety precautions and is well guarded by the Johor Military Force, the Sultan's own private army. However, the visitors can still snap photos and enjoy the majestic view of the palace from the outside. Inside the palace, there are 5 rooms of the royal families. They also have a library, the Sultan's office, and a conference room, among other downstairs. Now we are at the second location, which is Dataran Bandaraya Johor Bahru. It is the main square and also a landmark in Johor Bahru. Before this square was called Johor Bahru City Square. The city square is built in 1993, opened on 1st January 1994 to commemorate the declaration of Johor Bahru as a full-fledged city. The city square is comprised of a magnificent clock tower that gracefully sits on the green open lawn, beautified by the fountains on its side. Annual events and performances are often held here, as this is the main square in town. Dataran Bandaraya also a popular place for sport events or public gatherings, and also evening strolls while watching the sunset by the Tebrau beach. The third location is Hospital Sultanah Aminah. I will explain the history of this red brick building. Hospital Sultanah Aminah is named after the first wife of Sultan Ismail of Johor. She was born as Unku Aminah binti Unku Ahmad, the second cousin to Sultan Ismail. She married Sultan Ismail in 1920. Then, she was granted the title as Sultanah of Johor in 1959 and was crowned alongside with her husband in 1960. This hospital is a unique hospital in Malaysia because it is the only hospital in red. The hospital is now over 100 years old. It is the oldest hospital in Johor Bahru. Hospital Sultanah Aminah had third-class wards constructed from wood since 1882. When these wards became old and overcrowded with patients, a new building was planned to replace these old wards. The new building construction began in 1938 and complete in 1941. This 5-story building can accommodate 857 beds. The building has 2 wings in the shape of T, containing 80 beds in each ward. In the center, there are lifts and kitchen for patients. Ladies and gentlemen, another landmarks we will visit is Istana Besar Johor. The Istana Besar or Grand Palace is the royal palace of the Sultanate of Johor and former residence of Sultan Abu Bakar. The palace was built in 1866 by Sultan Abu Bakar. The Grand Palace's most distinctive feature is its Anglo-Malay architecture, characterized by its dome of Malay design constructed with its blue roof of Anglo influence. The most interesting part of the palace is the Royal Abu Bakar Museum located within the palace, which was renovated to become a museum in 1982 and officially opened in 1990. It is a living museum which houses a good collection of royal heirloom, impressive rare artifacts, and a good record of the history of the state's royal family. The Royal Museum was closed to the public from January 2012. The Grand Palace is currently used only for investiture, state banquet, and royal functions. The next landmark we visit is Masjid Abu Bakar. It is one of the most beautiful and historic buildings of Johor. It presents a nice view from the hill facing the Strait of Singapore and Tangga Bay. It is named after Sultan Abu Bakar who ordered its construction. Masjid Abu Bakar was constructed between 1862 and 1900. Sultan Abu Bakar passed on in 1865. So, construction of the Masjid Abu Bakar was complete by his son Sultan Ibrahim. Building of Masjid Abu Bakar was complete in 1900 following an 8 years construction period. The architecture of Masjid Abu Bakar is a mix of two distinguishable styles. They are Victorian and Moorish styles with a little influence of Malay style. Masjid Abu Bakar can accommodate 2,000 worshippers at any one time. Non-Muslims are allowed to enter Masjid Abu Bakar. However, decent and modest clothing must be worn as a sign of respect. This means no shorts, bare shoulders, or sleeveless top. Besides, one must remove his or her shoes before entering Masjid Abu Bakar. During the praying service 5 times a day, Masjid Abu Bakar is crowded with the local people. On Friday, Masjid Abu Bakar is extremely crowded with locals and foreigners people. We can visit Masjid Abu Bakar from 7 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. and from 1 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. If you wish to experience the sunset from this area, we can come from 4:30 p.m. to 6:50 p.m. Last but not least, we now at Country Garden Tangga Bay. The Country Garden is the largest recreational park in the city of Johor Bahru, Johor. It has 5 major components, namely the clubhouse, the boulevards, the beach, the gardens, and the mall. Then, they have leisure venues, green gardens, swimming pools, yachts, bowling, beach volleyball, and lots of beautiful scenery. Next, there has an amusement park called Love Yo-Yo. It is a snow-themed indoor playland for the kids' entertainment. Love Yo-Yo is divided into 7 major areas, not only parent-child playgrounds, but there's also a massage nail recreation area for parents, aiming to have a better bonding with your kids. So, bring your kids here for a fun and experience every wonderful moment. In addition, there has a big shopping mall called Bell Time Tangga Bay. It is the most exclusive shopping mall and entertainment center here. Inside the mall, there are many stylish fashion brands, premium supermarkets, and F&B outlets offering exclusive local and international dining experience. Ladies and gentlemen, we have completed our trip successfully today by visiting the landmarks of Johor Bahru. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this today. I hope that you have a pleasant trip here in Johor Bahru. On behalf of Sky Holiday Travel and Tours, I have obtained a pleasure from all of you. I hope to see you tomorrow at the information session. Last words from me, stay healthy and safe. Thank you everyone.